Christmas, gave you my heart, but the very next day,
Hello, welcome to Ted and Andy's graphic folder layout guidelines for submission. Semester 1, Friday the 13th, which is the handing date. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to go through the folder handing, what we expect, and give you a pretty prescriptive demonstration of what to hand in on the 13th. So this is a folder, you've all got a folder, black. Number 1, if you can notice in here, this top corner, this is the label that you've been doing with Chris in GR 1000 in InDesign. We'd like you to put that on there because that will be marked as part of the marking process. So put your name there on your design in the top right hand corner, spray mounted on. Now then, also you've all got guide marks, so these guide marks have been pinned up so you're all aware of basically what you've roughly got. The idea of folder preparation is that, and handing, is that you improve upon what was put up in the crit in response to the feedback, so all the notes you've taken and things like that. So you all individually know what you've got to do, hopefully, for each project. So yeah, these guide marks will give you a copy of these, or you can look at them on the pin board, take a photograph of them. So yeah, so let me look at the first project. So the first page, everything, presentation-wise, as a graphic design student, as a graphic designer, your portfolio is really the most important thing. It is a reflection of you, so it needs to be neat, tidy, have an element of pride in it, and because it should show your work off to its best of its abilities. So, and that goes all the way through your career, and whether it's digital or not, but in this case it's a physical portfolio. So what we want for the first page is your monogram. And this again is part of GR 1000. I know you're doing this with Chris in the computer lessons, and Chris will be marking this as well. So what we'd like to finally submit is the initial sketch that you based your drawing on in Illustrator. So the best sketch that you did of your monogram, the one that basically you thought worked best, and then the vectored version, which is here. And then what we're going to do in the intervening period is go down to the printmaking department, and we'll take a print of it and we'll emboss it. And once you've got those, which you'll have by the first week of folder prep, we would like you to mount them up like this. So initial sketch, the best one, you've based your vector drawing, computerised, then the printed version downstairs that we'll do on the press, and then the emboss. So that's page 1. So I'd like a nice introduction, monogram, to your portfolio. Now then, project number 2 would be the 6th best, which is here. So again, we want those mounted up, your 6 best ones, again improved in light of the feedback. Second project is is the typographic project. Your word, your best word, mounted neat and tidy, black and white, at a reasonable size. Throughout your portfolio, we're only working with black and white here, so you've got to decide what way around it works best for your idea. For this, and I suggest that most of these will probably work best on white. This is cut down and then mounted on the black. Then we have the 3 moments, the three juxtapositions. I've mounted these particular ones on black because I think they look good on black, but inversely yours might look good on white. They're all kind of lined up, so it's neat and tidy to create one block. So they're the 3 different editions of the image project that you did. Next here, this is the mood board that precedes your fold in project number 4. So we want to see your mood board at this particular position and in time, and then if I turn over, you can then see that basically there is a photograph, a really good photograph taken, or series of photographs of your invite. Now these need to be art directed. We've just got some camera equipment in and lighting, and that'll be set up in the studio, so once you've redone your mock-up to make it look really good, we will expect you to take some well art directed photographs. And again, each one is unique. How you photograph that to tell the story, to best show the piece of work, is up to you. This one, I think it was Olivia's or something like that, I'm not too sure, or Kiki's, or Liv's. But this one is photographed in a certain kind of way to show the idea, of course, of the folds. So a photograph, well out there, photograph there. Again, Chris will be looking at that. It's perhaps GR1000, I think. And then here, we actually have the physical item, or a dummy of the physical item. And that needs to be put in there. And the best way to do that, rather than stick it in and make it difficult to get in, I don't know if you can see here, but I've cut some slits in the portfolio. So I can take it out and have a look at it. So you just slit the portfolio with two little slits in the corners here and here. And the way to do that is to put some card in to protect it so you don't cut through to the next leaf, and then just put a little dot there and cut some slits in. If you don't want to do that, then another way of doing it is by creating a little pouch. And this is basically done by cutting off the corner of an existing piece. And we have lots of these spare kind of plastic folders lying around that people don't want anymore. And if you cut the corner off, this particular corner, I think there's only one way you can do it really, not the one with the holes in, the one on the side here. It creates a nice little pocket, and that then enables you to put in your invite, pop-up invite like that, and then you're going to stick it in like that, double-sided in. And again, it's easy for the viewer or the marker to get out. Yeah. So there's two ways of doing that. One, create slits in the corners, or two, create a little pocket and double-side it on. So yeah, that would be project number 4. Project number 5, well, this is Blackpool, which is the alphabet. So number 1, the alphabet, your favourite alphabet, your best 26 letters. Nicely mounted up. I've put mine on white and they really zing out with a black border. I think that's probably the best way to do this particular one, and I suggest it might be for yours as well. And then my quote, so alphabet and quote. But one of the other things we'd like you to do, to consider, that's a minimum. But I know you've got the alphabet. We'd like you to see you do a couple more. There's no reason why you can't go back to the comedy carpet online, pick out another couple of quotes, and using the alphabet here, create another couple. So that's the minimum. But if you have got more and you want to, because it was quite an easy project to do in one sense, and you have got an alphabet. So that's that. And then we have the copywriting. Here I have 3 examples of copywriting. Again, you can just put one in. It's black and white A5. Because I've done 3, I've mounted them this way. I've mounted them landscape, as it says. So this is portrait, and that's landscape. So so that's those 3 there, like that. So yeah, it's up to you. Depends how many you've done. One would do. If you want to do one, I suggest you do it. Just landscape in the middle, slightly up. And then, so that's project number 6. Project number 7, which we're currently working on, which is a packaging. So again, we'd like to see a really good mood board. Not just a mood board where you've thrown everything on it, a really considered mood board. And by the time it comes to folder preparation, you should be able to basically put down the salient bits that you think are important, that led you to your solution. And then what will happen then is we'll photograph. Again, using our new setup, we'll photograph the packaging. So there we go. So here, I've 2 pages minimum, I would have thought. Major pack shot, hero shot, as they say, with the 3 items or 1 item. So really good photograph of your actual packaging. And what's nice about this is I'm showing as an example. Also, the back pocket and the rip-off that tells a little story about the packaging. So and how to use it. Again, each of these would be individual to whatever your solution is, but the general overall principles are 1 shot or 2 shots of the pack, depending on the side, and then some kind of narrative shot, maybe that explains it, if it's got a hand in, or it's putting it somewhere, or on a shelf, or what that may be. And then here, what we have on this side, because this piece of packaging had a front and a back, light duty, heavy duty, and road scented. So the student to show the front and the back in a very flat graphic kind of way. But, and again, this was probably better mounted on white, and that was probably a bit better mounted on black. So don't feel as though you have to be consistent with whether it's white or black. It just depends on each project. And that also goes for orientation as well. Don't feel as though all projects have got to go one way throughout the portfolio. As you can see, I put these landscape, whereas these are landscape as well, it's that way, and this one is portrait. So it just depends on the piece of work, which way it goes around. So yeah, that's really the 7 projects we would expect you, in that order, to hand in at Christmas. You've all got absolutely brand new sleeves, and we've got white and black paper. One of the things, and the only things you really need for this are your spray mount, scalpel, and your ruler. They're really the only thing. Still a bit double-sided as well. Now I'll just come to the back. What we expect in the back of the portfolio is your research here. I'll just bring that out. So maybe click together, run out all the research you've done. Sketchbooks, sketchbook here, and also put in the back maybe the earlier versions, so we can compare them to what you put in here. So this pouch here allows you to have put in your A2 previous versions. Yeah, so that's the back there, and so we'll put those back in there. So sketchbooks, things like that. Should you want to put anything in on a memory stick, that's fine. We just recommend you maybe kind of tape it in here or put it inside the last folder, because I'm not too sure that people maybe have done some moving image to some of these projects. If you have, that'd be great to see. So the memory stick, and I think that's really about all that we need. So yeah, that is the completion of your first semester really with us. And so yeah, please refer back to this film, because I think it covers everything on it. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Ted!